And I think this is up just before our MOA signing. I'd like to recognize the one of the fathers of innovation in the country. No? And he is responsible, his agency is responsible for increasing or improving the innovation index, competitive index of the country. I'd like to talk about it now and about this partnership, Secretary Ramon Boy de la Peña. Secretary.
Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Warmest greetings to our PCCI representation, to our IPOPHL, and to all who are supporting the programs of PCCI and IPOPHL. I would like to give special greetings to Secmon, who is still having his time at either at the Senate or the House of Representatives. I mentioned earlier that we had our bill approved, but this is the only after passing appropriations and ways and means. We still have to have it passed in the plenary session. And of course, to IPO Director General Royal Barba, my favorite partner when it comes to intellectual property, of course. And to President Yuiko, we have been together in many programs like this, promoting innovation. And of course, I would like to give special greetings to the Honorable Ambassador Alfredo Yao, who actually ignited this passion of PCCI for innovation through the Alfredo Yao Award. And to all who are working dedicatedly on the innovation promotion program of PCCI, we have Anton Sayo, Jess Varela, Attorney Bunye now, who has just joined the group, to Perry Ferrer, and of course, I remember Ruben Pascual. We worked then when we were trying to document cases on technology transfer way back in the late 90s. And of course, to all PCCI officers and IPO field directors who are present. This PCCI-IPOPHL MOA signing is a milestone. We at the DOST had a DOST-IPOPHL MOA signing on the so-called IP Superhighway about 2 months ago, and we recognize really the potential contributions of industries, enterprises in generating and protecting intellectual properties in different categories, and that's why the involvement of PCCI is very important. In our work at DOST involving intellectual property, we have recognized the following groups as significant contributors of intellectual properties. Our researchers, of course, whether they are coming from the research and development institutes of DOST and other government departments, or whether they are our partner organizations whom we support through R&D grants, mostly coming from the academe. And the second group would be the independent inventors who work using their own resources, developing their own concepts into something that can be protectable by IP. We also have now a new group called the Startup Enterprises, and I will mention later the new legislations that have been passed in support of startups. And of course, our industries, enterprises, and businesses. We observe this, that in trying to introduce technology upgrading and productivity upgrading in small and medium enterprises, we notice that they have the capability to come up with innovative products and processes and technologies on their own. Okay, and of course, we have our communities also, which apply for IP protection. So merong mga tinatawag na protection for yung mga geographical, ano tawag dito, yung mga produkto na galing sa specific areas, and we protect the name of their place. We really need to adopt this whole of nation approach. Okay, that's what we are doing now. We started with the whole of government approach, but we call it whole of nation approach now. there are quantifiable indicators that can be monitored, but there are also qualitative indicators that are important. I'm happy to note that the time and effort I spent during the years 2017 to 2019 when I chaired the Interagency Committee to craft the Strategic National Intellectual Property Plan did not end up just being filed. Okay, it has been implemented, and its implementation is being continued with a lot of improvements by our present IPO Philippines leadership under the very excellent leadership of DG Roel Barba. I'm also very happy to see through my own eyes the growth of the seeds planted by Ambassador Alfredo Yao, together with the late Miguel Barela, and of course our innovation advocate at PCCI, Jess Barela, who worked together. I was then still an undersecretary of DOST, and my role was actually serving as in the board of judges of the first Alfredo Yao Innovation Award. So this program, which started, it must have been more than 10 years ago, actually has been a continuing and a very sustainable program that has been implemented by PCCI. So I hope to see more collaboration between PCCI and IPOPHL, between DOST and IPOPHL, between DOST, DTI, and the other government departments that have been mandated in the Innovative Startup Act, which was passed in 2019. There was actually also a very unique collaboration that was undertaken by DOST, IPOPHL, PCCI, together with a fourth partner, the AIM Policy Center in 2007. This is just a reminder. And that was when we developed the first National Innovation Strategy document and presented it to then President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo in November of 2007. It was called the National Innovation Strategy with the name Philippine Innovation. So Philippine Innovation has gone a long way. The pillars that it has recommended became strong foundations of our innovation program. These are investing in human capital development, expanding business incubation and acceleration programs, and improving the policy environment for innovation. So in the case of the policy environment, we had the Technology Transfer Act enacted in 2009. We have now the Innovative Startup Act in 2019, as well as the Philippine Innovation Act also in 2019. So it makes me feel happy when I actually was invited by a group. This is a virtual meeting, by a group of young Filipino innovators based in Australia, and they called their group Philippine Innovation Australia. So we have also potential partners, young Filipinos in other countries who are coming up with innovations, and maybe IPOPHL and PCCI should check how we can work with them. So in closing, I would like to say that the PCCI has been implementing programs that are continuing, sustainable, and they build up one on top of the other, meaning to say they reinforce each other, these programs that I see. So congratulations, PCCI, congratulations, IPOPHL, and may the Alfredo Yao Award expand and cover more areas and more sectors. Marami pong salamat sa inyong lahat.
Maraming salamat, Secretary Boy de la Peña, and congratulations. Napapasa niyo yung bill na inasikaso niyo kanina. At this juncture, I'd really like to find out, you have been establishing regional innovation centers all over the country. And just like TESDA, si Secretary La Peña is going to pattern many of the TESDA centers to this innovation center. So I'd like to invite you, Secretary Mon, to visit us, and let's meet here at the Innovation Center and continue to push our advocacy on innovation. Maraming salamat po. Palakpakan po natin again, Secretary De La Peña.
Okay.